back to the OHIO podcast, everybody. It's good to have you all with us tonight for our Sunday evening discussion roundtable. As always, we are brought to you by Fansided and Scarlet and Game. Head over to scarletandgame.com where you can read some great articles and you can listen to our podcast or wherever you download your podcast. We're also the official Ohio State podcast of The College Huddle. Head on over to thecollegehuddle.com where you can find us and 75 other of our closest friends from coast to coast. And beginning this evening and for the remainder of this year, our Sunday evening show will be brought to you by our new sponsor. Today's episode is brought to you by A Place at Home Senior Care. Is your loved one recovering from a recent hospitalization, stroke, or fall, or living with dementia and needing support at home? A Place at Home Dublin provides home care supportive services like bathing, dressing, mobility assistance, and medication reminders, all in the comfort of home. Learn more at aplaceathome.com/Dublin. So we're so appreciative of them sponsoring the OHIO podcast. Also, don't forget, this upcoming Saturday, the spring game, we're going to have our big tailgate with 2nd and 7. Please bring a donation out to the tailgate if you're planning on coming and meeting Chris and myself. You can bring a slightly used children's book or a financial donation to 2nd and 7. And as you can see right there in the flyer on your screen, we will be just south of the French Field House over there by the bike path. So make sure you all come and celebrate with us either before or after the spring game. We will be there for both, so make sure you come and check it out. With us tonight, below me, is Cory. Good evening, Cory. How are you this evening?
I'm here. That counts for something, I think.
It absolutely does. Diagonally to me, that's the Wild Man. How you doing this evening, Chris?
Awesome.
And our special guest this evening, my good friend and yours as well, from the Boiler Express podcast, the director of morale, it's one Dylan Kuhn. How are you this evening?
What up, boys? It's so good to be back. When was I last on here? Was it the national championship?
It was, actually. Yeah.
I'm good luck. I got to live through you guys in a winning football program, so that was nice.
And I'm back, everybody. It's good to be back. I will cough my way through this a little bit tonight. I am not dead. I am still living. Thankfully, I'm with the living tonight. But yeah, it was quite the chore to get back here this evening. Thank you, Chris, for filling in for me and doing the call-in show Thursday night. Did a great job, and I appreciate that. So, Dylan, tell everybody who might be new tonight or doesn't know you a little bit about yourself and your podcast and what you do, brother.
So I'm Dylan Kuhn, a.k.a. DK in the streets, from the Boiler Express podcast. We cover Purdue football, basketball, hockey, baseball. I mean, we try to cover everything, but we do a very bad job of it. We also went a month without going live here recently, so that was tough. But Chris had twins. Frank is currently, I think, in Amsterdam. Like a lot of random things going on for the Boiler Express crew. But the Russ and I went live this past Tuesday, and I think we're doing it again this Tuesday. So you can find us at Boiler Express _ on Twitter. That's really where we live mostly. We're on Instagram, but we don't really use it that much. And Facebook, Boiler Express Podcast, and the College Huddle website.
Oh man, we got some College HUD fans with us tonight, man. The good chef's with us.
Not the bad chef, the good chef.
The good chef's with us. We've got a Vol Fanatic show with us this evening.
Hey-o.
Yeah, and one of the newest members of the College Huddle, Johnny Olden Jr. is with us tonight as well. So we've got.
I said the word. I said the M word.
Well, don't worry, Dylan. We'll be talking about them here in a little bit. It's
I'm
kind
excited.
of what we do. We talk about Ohio State and we hate on Michigan. It's kind of what this show
goes
all
hand
about.
in hand, really.
Anyways, guys. So one of the reasons why we wanted to bring Dylan on tonight is because of tonight's first topic. It's about something that he's going to know a lot about. Not the transfer portal, but one of the.
We're trying, okay? Gosh.
One of the transfer portal gets from us happened to be from Purdue, and that's the big tight end Max Klare. So to open this discussion up tonight, I actually went back and took a little back at Max Klare's old recruiting back in, I guess it would have been 2024. I think it was class of 2024. No, 2023. 2023. Outside of Purdue, without looking it up, would anybody like to take a stab at what other Power 5 school offered him?
Notre Dame?
No.
IU.
No.
Really?
Akron.
No.
Ball State.
Oh, wait, Akron's not Power 5.
Neither
The
is Ball State.
scum.
Hey,
Ball-
you put respect on the MAC, okay?
Paul,
Don't besmirch the MAC like that.
listen.
I live in MAC country. I'm all about the MAC.
Ball State did offer him, but they're not Power 5. There was one other Power 5 school.
Oregon.
Northwestern.
Oregon offers
Gotta be
everybody.
Iowa.
You're close with Northwestern. It wasn't Big 10.
But it's a Big 12.
Vanderbilt. I mean,
Close with Vanderbilt, but not SEC. You guys are hitting all over them. Think
Texas Tech.
sunk your
Vanderbilt-
battleship. I mean, what are we
Vander-
doing?
Vanderbilt, Northwestern. They're both kind of smart academic schools.
Stanford?
Purdue.
Stanford?
They offered him to
No.
stay. He's like,
You
nah.
guys strike three. Duke.
Duke.
Was the other
Oh, is that
Power
right?
5 offer he had. Yeah, Troy got it. Andre, that is cruel.
I don't like that we're dissing the MAC. I love me some Thursday night action.
Wait a minute. Wasn't that Ohio Tate's new school, Akron? Wasn't that what he was cheering for?
Is that the guy from Barstool?
Yes.
Yeah.
Troy was right. It was Duke. Duke was his other Power 5 offer. So it's not like Ohio State was like, just missed this guy, okay? Because if you're going to say Ohio State missed on him in his recruiting, then so did the rest of the country, okay?
Hey, but you know who got him to begin with?
But you know who got him? Purdue,
I about
Dylan.
fell back in my chair. That would have been bad.
All right.
It'd have been apropos for the story, though.
hey. Hey, now.
So, tell us about Max, man. Tell us what kind of player he was for Purdue. What can Ohio State expect from him, Dylan? You're the expert here. You've watched him now for a couple years, brother. What do you think?
He was a shining light in the oh so dark 1-11 season that we had. It was one of those things where we're like, hey, we're bad, but we got Max Klare. He's pretty cool. Like, you know, and then we're like, hey, we've got a young guy behind him, Galloway, that's going to learn a lot. He transferred out too. So, you know, who knows? But no, at 6'4", 240, he's an absolute unit. You can't miss him. He's like just built like a brick crap house. You know what I mean? This is a family program. Can't cuss. Had 51 receiving or 51 catches, 685 yards, 4 touchdowns. Kind of a big deal. Full screen. Holy smokes, this is stressful. No, he was honestly a very bright light in a very dark season. We did not have anything to celebrate last year. A win against Indiana State is not worth celebrating. But yeah, he was a lot of fun to watch. He's quick for a big guy. He can jump for a big Caucasian. And he is all around like the top tight end that you want. I feel like a little Travis Kelce like he's got some good little swift moves he can put in. So I think you guys picked up a good one and a new one. But I'm very upset that he chose Ohio State out of all the places.
Was he your best player?
It didn't take much. Yeah. yeah, he was. No doubt. I mean, okay, hold on.
I think DK was their second best player.
Personally, I am a Gus Hartwig fan, our center. That guy played every position on the O-line. Guy fell out. He stepped in. Gus, he lives up to his gritty blue-collar name. So he was, in my opinion, our best player, but Max was right up there too, just in like 1-1. But yeah, but when your center and your tight end are your two best players, things aren't great.
What about now?
Safety was pretty good.
I would say offensively he was, but what about Thieneman or
Oh yeah, Dylan Thieneman, he's in Oregon. Yeah, he
Yeah,
left.
he went to Oregon. I wanted him too. I was like, if we could get both your top
I'd be
players,
so mad.
Dylan might be like, you know what? I'm just gonna be a Ohio State fan for the rest of
No, can't do that.
You know what though, Dylan? Got to give you credit, man. You really hated Ohio State till you met us.
It is very true. I had a strong hatred for Ohio State before I started coming on this podcast
Well, now I
because
know
I
my
thought you
mission.
all were jerks. I thought you all were real buttheads, and I didn't want anything to do with you. But then I met Eric and Cory and a few others. Oh, and Wildman. And,
Omitting a certain person.
I was trying to think of everybody else that's been on the podcast.
Hey, Dylan.
Yeah, what's
The
up?
4 touchdowns, wasn't that like 90% of Purdue's offensive output for the season?
You're trying to dig me, but it's true. Like it's the absolute truth. I really did not like Ohio State before this, and the wild man saying your face says I hate winning. I mean, basketball we live for, so that's kind of where we're at now. And hockey, hey, we're good at hockey. We're actually good at baseball, I think, this year, so we got other things to root for.
And I like to always throw at your
None of the
guys'
revenue
way.
sports, but yes.
Hey, you guys do have a national championship.
In the ballroom dancing?
Ballroom dancing.
Hell yeah.
Purdue, baby.
Ballroom, put up the banner, baby. Ballroom dancing ourselves into the playoff, hopefully. Probably not. But
The ballroom playoffs.
I'm going to tell you, I've said this on our
Dance-offs.
podcast, and I don't think it's really a big thing to say, but I think we'll have a better record than last year.
I think
I don't
you
know.
will
Have you
too.
seen your schedule?
No,
Yeah, I know it's brutal, and we'll talk about that later.
yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Look at that. That's
It's-
called
yeah.
a tease in the business.
That's
Nice.
right. That's right. All right. So when you got the news, Chris, that we got Max Klare out of, it seems last year we had some big time transfer wins. Obviously, right? When you pull Caleb Downs, Will Howard, Quinshawn Judkins from the portal, I mean those you're winning, right? This year the portal was not necessarily what we were going towards. So we didn't pull some big names. However, Max Klare kind of to me felt like that was the big name we got. What do you think?
That was a big time pull. Absolutely. When you've got a new starting quarterback, he needs a security blanket. This guy is a security blanket. He's that guy who's going to be able to get across the middle quick. I mean, obviously, we got JJ deep, but and he catches anything close. But if he's going to be facing double coverage, and you assume he will be, you need that outlet guy you can dump off too quick. The running backs are both new. This guy's a proven commodity. So to me, this was a huge get for our young quarterbacks.
Indeed, it was. And I feel like last year we kind of were lacking at the tight end position, in all honesty. I thought they did a great job blocking, especially late in the season in the playoffs. I thought they were doing a really good job blocking. And I do remember the one play, I think was it in Oregon when G. Scott went on the wheel route and
Yes.
caught one for about 25 yards. That was a big time play. But it just felt like we just didn't have, ever since we lost Cade Stover, we didn't have that real replacement for Cade Stover in the passing game. To me, Max Klare feels like a Cade Stover-like tight end. Do you agree with that, Cory?
Yeah, I think Claire's got more playmaking ability than Cade Stover, even though I love Cade, but I think we're going to use him as a blocker, just like we do most of our tight ends. So I'm not even excited until I see proof that we're going to utilize his abilities. I hope we do, but Cade Stover's like the lone tight end, and how long was a guy that we just threw the ball to a lot. Hope we get back. And that's with CJ Stroud, no less. So I just don't buy it until I see it, even though he is a big pickup, and even though he is a great player, and I do respect him, and I'm glad he's a Buckeye. I hope we want to utilize him over the middle and the seams and things like that, and open up the perimeters for Tate and Smith a little bit more, and maybe even open up the middle a little bit more for Ennis or Graham, whoever plays the slot. I hope, and I know Hartline's a smart guy. I know he knows the benefits of having a great tight end, but our offense, just no matter if it's Urban or Ryan Day, whomever, whatever offensive coordinator we have, we don't seem to utilize a tight end as much, except for in the gap blocking schemes and things like that, where we pull them and take out a linebacker.
Well, we haven't reached the part of the summer yet, Corey, where that becomes a yearly topic. How much are we going to throw to the tight end?
And then by week 8, he's got 13 catches. They're like, what the heck, dude? He should have like 50.
Right. But I will say this: in theory, with a new quarterback who's young, typically a tight end is maybe utilized a little bit more at Ohio State in the offense.
Security blanket, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's your new quarterback this year?
Well,
either Sayan or Kienholz. Yep.
Yeah, either Lincoln.
Oh, you got
Kienholz
two really good quarterbacks. Oh, wonder what
Well,
that's
actually
like.
3. Actually, we got 3.
Because I've gotten word out of Purdue camp that all their quarterbacks stink. So that's legit too. That's a legitimate
I did
thing.
see that.
Yeah. I like how JR really loved to put that out there. Thanks, JR. Shout out.
So since you went there, Corey, let's go there.
Oh boy.
Yeah. This was supposed to be Max Klare talk, and it is because
I just screwed up the whole program.
Who's going to deliver him the football is in question. We all thought Julian Sain was the man, that this is just a foregone conclusion.
Yeah.
2 scrimmages in, boy, it sounds like that's not the case. It sounds like if you're keeping score at home, Lincoln Kienholz 2, Julian Sain 0 in head-to-head in the scrimmage department when it comes to what eyeballs are saying. Is that what you guys are hearing? That's what I'm hearing.
It is what I'm hearing, but you know what? Again, I look at this as still a very young competition. Sain's a very talented guy, but from everything I'm hearing, Kienholz is coming on strong. He's looking good so far. But let's keep in mind, I think he knows the system a little better. He's been here a year longer, but he wasn't an untalented guy when he came in. The guy had talent. So I don't know that this, I joked about it a few weeks ago that this was the competition to see who would back up Kienholz, back up Sain, but I'm not so sure it is anymore. I think Lincoln is turning this into a real competition. Now, if you had to ask me right now, I still think Sain is the starter in the first game. But I don't think it's 100% locked like I thought it was.
And with that last name, there's some NIL opportunities there. Sain, like you could come up with some pretty, what I'm saying? Like you could come up with some good slogans.
Well, how about this? How about this one for you, DK? Oh, God. Let's just start Tavion Sinclair and get him a deal with TSC.
There. Or Sinclair Community College. Shout out.
There you go.
It's the only place I was accepted to.
So it's like you got a quarterback with the last name Duke who's playing for another school, but Duke gives him an NIL because he's got the last name. What?
Where I'm going to medical school.
Yeah. What do you think there, Corey? Dr. Corey, is this really a competition now all of a sudden?
It's reminding me of Burrow and Haskins a little bit, where going into the offseason, we thought, it's Haskins all day, every day. But Burrow played so well, kind of surprisingly. Not surprising. We all knew Burrow had talent, but we also knew Kienholz had talent as well. And he kind of made it a competition, and to the point where Urban kind of said, well, I can't guarantee the starting. I mean, I kind of want to go into fall and keep this thing rolling. And I think once Burrow left, obviously, it was Haskins, obviously. But I kind of wonder if Ryan Day has that problem. After spring, he says, gosh, I was pretty sure it was going to be Sain, but Kienholz played so well, he's making me think about some things. And maybe they have to go into the fall where it's not completely done yet. Just pray to God, please, almighty Lord Jesus, do not let them go do a quarterback at the beginning of the season. Please don't do that.
That's never gone well in Purdue history.
Nothing goes well in Purdue history. So.
Caleb Turbush and Robert Marv. And then after Robert Marv graduated, which he did, Robert Marv scored the game-winning touchdown to beat Ohio State in 2009. I was there. I seen it with my own 2 eyes. And then he went on to get arrested. And I don't know what he's up to now.
That sounded like a Georgia story that somehow it morphed into a Georgia story. Then he was drag racing and
there's some booze bags down there in Georgia.
ran into an apartment complex and somehow got arrested.
But hey, he beat Ohio State.
Craziest stat you have heard, Dylan. Since the beginning of 2023.
Oh, I know this one.
Georgia has won 24 football games and has accrued 25 arrests.
Kirby's developing them down there, man.
Kirby is just, he's got to go in the locker room and be like, guys, can we stop? Call me. I'll take you where you need to go. Just stop driving drunk. Oh, he's got to be so mad.
Taco Bell Munchies hit you at the 11
a.m. Have I been
11 p.m.
Georgia football brought to you by Uber.
They're going to have NIL deals with Uber. Go Dogs, you know.
Andre says, when was the last time Purdue beat Notre Dame? I don't know that. They have, though.
Yeah, when my dad was in school in 73, like, what do we like? No, hey. My dad's claim to fame was he was at the game where Joe Montana first came in for Notre Dame because it was against Purdue. Yeah.
Fun fact: Purdue out of all the Big Ten teams, Notre Dame has played Purdue more than anybody else in Big Ten.
Yeah, they used to play all the time.
Easy win.
Yeah, I remember that.
Wild, I hate you so much.
I remember Lou Holtz was coaching him in the '90s, and I was a little kid.
Lou Holtz,
yeah.
Fellas, we're gonna go play the Boilermaker.
I'm so glad I brought him up. And I said, Dad, who's gonna win between Purdue and Notre Dame? He started laughing. Goes, Notre Dame's gonna crush them, Cory. And it was like 48-0 at first.
Just want nice things, man. That's all I want.
I remember last summer we were trying to tell Kennedy and all them Notre Dame fans, like, listen. You do not want to sleep on going to West Lafayette, man. That's a tough place to play. Like, we've had nightmares going there. And I turn on the TV, and it's like 50-something to nothing. Yeah, and I'm like,
I was there. Saw it with my own two eyes, and I gouged.
I'm pretty sure I got a text from Kennedy going, you were saying?
Was that free bleach night?
Yes, but this is one of my favorite stories, and it happened to be from last year when we played Notre Dame. So I'm behind. So now with the Tiller Tunnel, we keep our Boilermaker Special, the official mascot of Purdue, above it and in the concourse. So me and my friends from the Boiled Sports podcast, which are the grandfathers, I like to say, of the Purdue podcasting world. And we were sitting there chatting. Purdue was down by, I think, like 55, maybe 60. It was late in the third. And a lady, I see her come walking down from her seats. And I remember like thinking to myself, like, she doesn't look good. she may not be okay. But I continue talking. And behind me, I hear what sounds like a wet mop hitting the floor. Oh. And she had regurgitated all of her tailgating food.
Oh.
She collapsed. And I said, oh, she's taking a concrete nap. And so then the cops had to put her in a wheelchair. And that sums up that day.
So you didn't help her at all? You just turned around and kept talking?
It wasn't Big Mac Mary, was it?
No, it was not Big Mac Mary.
Okay,
this was Big Mac Mary's doing good. I talked to her the other day. She's living her life, taking up a couple seats at Ross-Ade, re-upped her season tickets. So we'll see. Which it's pretty easy to take up a seat and a half at our stadium. They were not made for people like us in mind. People like us didn't exist when Ross-Ade Stadium was born. Yikes. Yeah, it's a tight squeeze in there.
But speaking of stadiums, Dylan, have you ever been to South Bend?
No, I have not.
I'll tell you should go up when they play this year, buddy, because it's a nice experience.
Did I tell you, I went to Ohio State, Iowa this year as I wore a plain red t-shirt. And so, I did do OHI, whatever it is during
who did you lose the bet with?
No, I just got free tickets.
Oh, yeah. Tell the truth. You were on a date.
Yeah, but that date didn't, it didn't end where, you wanted it to with the long-term deal.
What? I thought you meant singing Carmen, Ohio.
No. No, it did. Yeah. It was too close. And all of the people I went with were like, you need to leave. Like, you're bad luck. You need to go and leave the stadium. Is that Zach Guggenheim in the house?
That's Zach
Guggenheim. One of my favorite things to say. I love
that. Would be
Zach.
My go-to as well. DK must be bad luck. Whatever.
Yeah, it was I was like, guys, if you want, by the way, there are so many freaking stairs in your stadium. Holy cow!
Were you at the top of C deck?
Yeah, oh yeah. I was below the Purdue flag. That's how I remember. And oh my God, it's like climbing Mount Everest. And all the people I went with were in really good shape, as where I am not. And they were handling it fine. I said, guys, the old ACL knee's not doing great. I mean,
Just leave me here. Leave me here. Go on without me.
When you
Yeah,
have a
I
winning
about did.
program, you need that many seats.
Jesus, wild man! I swear to God. How was I would love to see you try and make it up there.
I've done it.
See, Chris and I are smart. We go D-deck
We go D-deck
so we
and
can
take-
ride the elevators.
I don't know anything about. Although the one thing I do know about Ohio Stadium, the cops that sit on those little perches,
Yeah.
they're like their feet are at an angle, and I would fall in. Give them a handrail. Don't you guys have enough money? Help these guys out. My goodness, like a handrail or
You
something.
got to buy running backs, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's an OSHA violation if I've ever seen one.
All right, so let me get this back on track here.
I'm here. I'm here to throw it off.
So I'm going to blame the Notre Dame Purdue game on the fact that the week before, Northern Illinois beat them.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. That just set you guys up. I knew when that happened, I'm like, Notre Dame's going to win this game now. I think if Notre Dame squeaks that game out, then Purdue's looking at 2 wins last year.
Yeah, 2 wins, baby.
All right, all this talk about Purdue it has me thinking about another topic here. Thanks for that. Thanks for that exhilarating discussion on Max Klare, everybody.
Oh yeah, we talked about him.
That's the information I bring to the table, baby.
Yeah.
That's why.
In other words, we'll know more when we know more, because apparently Ohio State, we talk about using the tight end and then sometimes we just decide not to. So we'll see. But I hope that is the case this year. So this topic is going to be interesting, and with Dylan here, I think it can definitely lean itself to rivalry banter. So the Buckeye boys had on Spiro or whatever, however he pronounces his name, from Michigan State, and they did a joint podcast together, and it did very well. And it really ruffled some feathers with the old Michigan faithful.
Oh, shocker.
Oh, who cares?
It got so, but here's what's funny, and Michael, I'm glad you're here. Don't go anywhere, Michael, because this is gonna eventually get itself over to the SEC. I promise. There was this outcry by the Michigan fans on Twitter about Ohio State fans and Michigan fans teaming up and ganging up on them. And I thought, what do you expect? Like, you guys cheated for 3 years. You didn't just cheat Ohio State, although Ohio State, was affected the most by it.
We could be Big Ten champions. Don't leave us out of it.
And the cheating is their most endearing quality, Eric.
Speak to that, Dylan. Go for it, man.
We could. In my head, in this empty noggin here, we are. What was that? 24, 23, 23. 23. Purdue football is the 2023 Big Ten championship winners, because those cheaters up north were cheating like a sons of guns.
I got an argument for you, though.
Don't you even, Cory. Let me live.
If they didn't cheat, we would have beat them, and we would have played you and beat you.
No, fake news. Okay.
Honestly,
they didn't cheat during that. Stallions was out that game. That's
okay. I didn't know that.
no real team from the Big Ten West was ever a champion in anything, Dylan.
I hate you so much.
Except basketball.
Hey, even though we didn't win it this year, Michigan State did. Anyway, I know we don't talk basketball here.
Listen, Ryan Day's beard is here to tell you, Dylan, they're going to get that championship taken away. Claim it. It's yours. Go.
I'm claiming. If you're stupid, if you don't think I'm not going to. There are Purdue fans like, no, we didn't win. Forget that.
Should.
That's ours. I'm hanging we can't hang a banner in an outdoor stadium, but somewhere a banner is going. And I will make the banner. T-shirts. Yeah. Oh yeah. The BXP is making T-shirts. Big Ten champs for sure.
And you know what? I'm ordering one. How about that?
Yeah, I'll buy one.
So make sure
Aw.
you get some
I'll
big,
take
big
one for
sizes.
free.
I'll give Eric and Cory, guys. I'll ship you yours. Wildman, you're paying for it.
That's fine.
Anyways, is it fair? Is it fair for fan bases to gang up on another fan base? Is it fair? Because it happened to Ohio State this week. Oregon and Michigan started to gang up on Ohio State on Twitter. And of course Michigan was like, "Hey, you guys need to get a taste of your own medicine now," since Oregon started to chime in on us, and then they all jumped in on with Oregon in the bandwagon because it's just like, "Oh, someone else is chirping back at Ohio State." And I thought to myself, is this okay to do, or are we reaching levels of SEC where we start like celebrating other teams' wins a little bit? Cory's saying no, and he looks like he wants to speak to this. Go for it, brother.
Absolutely not. The perfect bowl record was 7-1. Everybody won but Michigan. So I don't even want to know. I am never rooting for Michigan for anything at all. I will root for Michigan State against Michigan. I will root for Purdue against Michigan. I'll root for anybody against Michigan. I want them to lose every game. No, I am not. We are not a Big Ten homer. I don't care what other Big Ten teams do in other bowl games and other stuff like that. I want Ohio State to win every game. I don't care. If Oregon had beaten us and gone on to the national title game, I wouldn't be like, "Oh, go Oregon because Big Ten." No, heck no. Probably wouldn't even watch the game. No, absolutely not. Ohio State or bust every single time. But I will find good people, and I don't compliment them often, but I'll say DK. I'll find good people like that, and I will say, and I will be like, "Go Purdue." Not because of the Big Ten, but because I associate it with DK.
Boiler up.
And I'll never root for Michigan, but I will root for Michigan State when they play Michigan. So things like that. But it has nothing to do with Big Ten pride. SEC, Vanderbilt is riding everybody's coattail. Like, yeah, we won 3 games this year, but, Alabama looked great, and we gave them a decent game. So SEC. No. Big Ten, SEC pride versus just ganging up and joining another team to hate on another team is not even close to the same.
Check out this comment from Michael. The SEC chant is absolutely terrible. Thank you. It is. Yeah. I want my team to win, and I want to see everyone else in the SEC lose. What do I gain if Alabama or Georgia wins another title?
Right.
Nothing.
Thank you. Freaking man.
Right. Thank you.
Michael, do you remember the Music City Bowl? Asking for a friend.
Actually, he did, because here's a comment earlier for you there, Dylan. I'll give you credit for the Big Ten title, but will not own anything with Purdue on it. I'm not salty at all from the 2021 football and NCAA tournament basketball.
Dog, I was at that game. Tennessee fans are kind of mean. Like I was celebrating, and a Tennessee fan comes up to me and goes, "Buddy, I'd hate to lose, or I'd hate to win that way." And I said, "Pal, I'd hate to lose that way. Get on, get out of here, like, you bum." No, Rocky Top's pretty electric. That was my first experience with SEC football, and boy, it is a little different.
So
it's ridiculous.
They thought they were going to take over Columbus, Ohio.
Nailing North, baby.
There was a lot of orange, though.
There was a lot.
More than because I was under the thought of, like, how could Ohio State fans let that happen?
Well, I'll tell you how they let that. I tell you how we let that happen. It was November 30th in the shoe. 13-10 loss. That's how that happened.
Yeah,
that was a lot of anger from Ohio State fans, and the players took that personally, and I'm glad they did. Mm-hmm. I'm glad they did, because we're reaping the benefits of that. All right, so my dad taught me. I'm going to shout out to the Podfather's father. Turned 69 yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Dude's looking good for 69. Ain't gonna lie. Like, I've only beaten him once in arm wrestling in my life, and I retired after that moment because I always lost to him. He might take me again.
I gotta meet Mr. Boggs one of these days. He's a good time.
Is he the pod Is he the pod grandfather?
Pod grandfather.
Yeah, he's the pod grandfather. He's the pod. The pod.
The pod pop.
The pod pop. He got to celebrate his 69th birthday yesterday. But he taught me as a youngster. Look, buddy. Ohio State is number 1, and the number 2 team in your life is
Anybody
whoever
from Michigan.
is playing Michigan.
That's
that day.
right.
Whoever it is. That's how I was taught, and that's how I live my life, man. So I am not a huge I used to like Northwestern a little bit when Patty Fitz was there. I thought Patty Fitz would be a good coach at
Gross.
some other Big Ten school.
Who is
but
she?
The look
Patty
on
Fitz?
Dylan's face for that was great.
Who's Patty Fitz? Well, right now he's a nobody. Right now he's not even in football anymore.
Those
But-
bums are playing on the lake. Come on.
Yeah, but here's my point though. I was like, they're smart kids school and everything. It's nice fans. Whenever I've interacted with Northwestern fans in Indianapolis, when we would go to beat them for the national championship, they're always be like, we know you're going to crush us, but it's great to be here, and they were just really cool people. But I'll say this, man, we don't have that SEC type of, although Michael doesn't either, vibe that they seem to have where they support one another big time like that outside of SEC country. But I'll say this, man, when Purdue's playing Michigan, you best believe I'm a Purdue fan that day.
Oh, absolutely.
When Northwestern's playing Michigan, it's go Wildcats, baby. And when Michigan State's playing Michigan, Sparty, you the man. That is how we react to this. Are you guys the same with Indiana?
Oh yeah, dude. Anyway, so I've recently gone to war with IU fans, my Metchins, because all of a sudden they think
and it's easy to now with Sig there, dude.
Oh, they're so cocky. They think they're now Saban and Alabama. And okay, you had a great year. You also had the softest schedule of any Power 5 school. And I also told them how they'd have to beat us to tie the series. They'd have to beat us for 33 straight years. They're so they think their basketball team's a blue blood. Sorry about it. You haven't done nothing in 20, 30 years. Whatever. You were a blue blood. Not anymore. See you later. Now if anything, I can't say Purdue's a blue blood because we haven't gotten that national title yet. But within the Big Ten, 28 Big Ten championships, kind of a big deal. Ever heard of it? I talk crap to IU no matter what. It was one of the few times in my life I've rooted for Notre Dame was when they're in the playoff and played Notre Dame. IU's soft. They really are. Their fan base is soft. Just they're miserable most of the time. And then they got rid of Woodson and they hired some no name that I'd never heard before. And now Signetti's probably going to have a bad year and their stadium will go back to being empty and full of goose poop. which is a fact. Look it up. Half of their stadium, I think it was the year before last, was all goose poop. It was covered. They didn't even bother cleaning it.
Epidemic of geese in Indiana?
Apparently, yeah. Their stadium, I don't know if you guys have ever been to Bloomington and their memorial.
Every year. No.
It's so bad. It's such a bad stadium. I don't like it.
Purdue's got a much better vibe there than Indiana. Yeah, we've been to Bloomington and West Lafayette as a podcast. Ryan Day's Beard. Yeah, hey, Google me talking about Coach Sig. One of my favorite moments from the 2024 season was when we beat Indiana and Will Howard acted like he was putting a cigarette out and stomping on it and said, "Google that."
I was high. Wasn't I on this show for that too? For that show too, I was. Yeah, that was awesome. That made me
Buckeye jersey that day, or
yeah.
Actually, were you on the live game watch with us that day? I think.
Yeah, what this one?
I
don't screenshot that.
I just looked up the goose poop thing.
It's real.
2018, significant accumulation of goose droppings in the bleachers. Fans.
And they got their asbestos-filled banners. Get out of here, man! We got a banner on the moon. Take that.
Oh gosh. My goodness. All right, guys.
Well, they're never living that one
Wild,
down.
you were there to see it. Wild was in college when we landed on the moon.
Now, come on. I wasn't in college.
You
He was
graduated.
in
This
high
show's
school.
got-
He was in high school.
Yeah.
Whenever Dylan's on, you would think being a Purdue Boilermaker, we would be able to stay on the rails. No.
That
Why
should
don't
have
you
been
think
on the
I'm
rail in years.
JR doesn't let me go on the Big Ten huddle during the season because I just can't stay on topic. And then we do an off-season podcast, and it's a 2-hour long podcast.
That's
Yep.
right. That's right.
Oh, Lady Boggs is here.
Yeah, she's downstairs keeping track of things for me. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to have some more great discussion. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in 2.
Hey, Buckeye Nation. The OHIO podcast is thrilled to partner with Export Mouthguards, the innovators redefining protection in contact sports. Introducing the Ninja Pro Mouthguard, the strongest and most advanced mouthguard on the market. Engineered by dental experts, it's designed to deliver elite protection with a sleek, low-profile fit. Made with carbon fiber and multi-layer construction, it's impact tested to keep you safe from even the hardest hits. But that's not all. The Ninja Pro is 3D printed for 100% custom fit, offering unbeatable comfort and security for any athlete. From football to MMA, dominate your game with confidence while safeguarding your teeth and jaw. Getting started is easy. Use our home impression kit to create your custom fit and enjoy prepaid shipping. It's protection delivered right to your door. Plus, with a 1-year warranty and 100% satisfaction guarantee, and proudly made in the USA, the Ninja Pro is your ultimate defense on the field or in the ring. And here's the best part. When you visit exportguards.com, use promo code OHIO at checkout to get 20% off your purchase. That's right, 20% off elite protection made just for you. Protect your game, protect your future. Choose Export Ninja Pro Mouthguards, where innovation meets protection. Head to exportguards.com and use promo code OHIO today.
The OHIO podcast is brought to you by Mastermind. Mastermind specializes in 360-degree high-definition mobile video mapping, GIS integration, and traffic safety studies. Mastermind cares about traffic safety and keeping you safe on the roadway. Visit Mastermind at onlinemastermind.com. Hey everybody, we got about 100. We have just over 100 people watching right now. Make sure you smash that like button for us if you haven't already. Don't forget to do that, and also don't forget about our tailgate this Saturday at the spring game. If you're going to be there, by all means, come by, drop by, say hi to us. We've got former Buckeyes coming by. Wargo, heard from Wargo. He's been posting this. He's going to be there. Ryan's going to be there, and Ryan's going to send this out to a lot of his friends and teammates from the 96 Rose Bowl team. Hopefully some of them will drop by as well. So bring stuff to have these guys signed. We'll have autographs. We've got prizes. We've got food. It's going to be a great time. Chris and I are shooting for over 50 people. Don't forget to bring
100.
a gently, Chris says 100. I just heard him say 100. Don't forget to bring a gently used book, a kid's book, and or a offering or donation for 2nd and 7, since this tailgate is joint with them, and we absolutely appreciate being a part of 2nd and 7. Also, today's episode is brought to you by A Place at Home Senior Care. Is your loved one recovering from a recent hospitalization, stroke, or fall, or living with dementia and needing support at home? A Place at Home Dublin provides home care supportive services like bathing, dressing, mobility assistance, and medication reminders, all in the comfort home. Learn more at aplaceathome.com/Dublin. And if you're watching this right now after the fact, not live, we will have a link down in the show notes below for you to click and learn more information. Or if you're watching this live, go back and watch this after we post this and get more information about aplaceathome.com/Dublin. If you have a loved one living in Dublin and could need assistance, we absolutely appreciate their support here on the show as well. Chris, we're gonna get to the next portion of our show that we have in our show notes, but this is an interesting message for you, because
Okay.
you just did a video about this, and I want you to speak on it. Can we talk about how Michigan claims that they're the most popular team in college football? Chris, you want to tell everybody the video that you made that was posted this afternoon?
Yeah, absolutely. So The Athletic is actually the one who came out with this. And they printed this article stating that Michigan is the most popular team in college football. And they used a series of criteria that, well, let's just say I put it up against the fact check test, and it didn't mesh so well. And I'm going to try to remember the majority of the criteria, and I don't have all the numbers at my disposal at this moment, but
You could always go watch the video after the fact.
The best way is to go watch the video. But some of the criteria were aftermarket ticket sales. Well, of course they had huge aftermarket ticket sales. Nobody wants to go see that crap they were putting on the field. And they used sports wagering. Well, they used online betting only. Take a look at the comparison with the real number in overall sports wagering. It was a very slanted piece, and the Athletic lost a lot of my respect with this piece, because it very much came off the same way that Netflix did with Connor Stallions, same way On3 did with Connor Stallions. It came off as a very slanted piece. So go over, check that out, because I'll tell you, it was, when you see how the numbers compare, I think you'll see that there is only really one most popular team in college football.
Purdue!
With your reigning, defending national champions, the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Yeah, Bobby Mack says they used Google searches as criteria while under
exactly. That was a big one too. Google searches. Yeah. They can thank Ohio State fans for pushing them over the top, because we were all going on there to see when the hammer was going to fall and how many lawsuits they were up to now.
Chris Andre says, I watched that video and I had to stop watching, or I would have had to use the toilet to throw up.
I also noticed I'm wearing an Army football shirt.
Yeah, you are. What's up with that, man?
I don't know. I got Army in the family. Not me. They don't want me. The military does not want me anywhere near them. But yeah, I got military fam. Go Army, be Navy.
Dylan, I'd crawl in a foxhole with you, brother.
I don't know if you and I would fit in a foxhole. I'd be needing a big ass foxhole. Okay.
They'd have to change the name from fox to bear. Bear hole.
This is what that's going to be.
Walrus, anybody?
All right. Well, that's it, everybody. We'll see you later.
All right. On to our next topic.
Well, how can we segue from that?
Yeah. Scheduling. So I tend to take a quick glance at the schedules at the end of the season, and since we've got Dylan on, boy oh boy, Purdue's got one heck of a schedule. So that got me thinking, what are the 5 most difficult schedules in the Big Ten? And Dylan just gave himself a $1.99 super chat. He's put some money in the swear jar tonight. So
it's on me. I'm a man of character.
He's literally on the show, and he just super chatted the show.
You just didn't warn us what character. But
Multiple.
Dennis, this is going downhill quickly.
Not taking long.
I'm back.
So, did you guys make a list of like your 5 most difficult?
I took notes.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh,
I know.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna wing it.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Ooh,
Corey
can remember things. Corey
all
has
right.
a good memory. He doesn't have CP like the rest of us.
I just didn't read anything.
Yeah, I can't
Chris,
read. So
I'll start with you. We'll go counterclockwise. So we'll go Chris, Dylan, myself, then Corey. You want to start at number 5 and work our way up to the most difficult?
Oh, why am I last? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, at number 5,
You're winging it. That way
I've
you can
got
copy us.
Sparty in there at number 5. They got a pretty tough run. They've got to face, of course, that team up north. They've got Michigan. They've got Penn State. And then they got to go on the road to Minnesota, Nebraska, Indiana, and Southern Cal.
All right.
Yeah.
Dylan, you want to give us your fifth toughest schedule?
Ohio State, Texas, Penn State, and Purdue. You got to play at Purdue this year.
Who are you talking about?
Ohio State.
What team?
What do you mean?
You just listed them.
Yeah, I just listed the
Who's
Ohio State and the teams they're playing.
He's saying Ohio State has the fifth toughest schedule.
You said Ohio State's the fifth toughest schedule?
Yeah.
I've got him right around the middle.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just like to piss off Wildman too. So
Okay. Well, yeah. All right.
It's not going to work.
I went with USC. Let's start off here. They're at Purdue, so it's a tough place to play.
Nobody comes into Ross 8. Everybody does.
No. They're at Illinois. They played the team up north. They're at Notre Dame.
Ooh.
They're at Nebraska. That's sneaky. Okay. They play Iowa. They're at Oregon. So there are, in my estimation here, at least 1, 2, 3, 4 games that they're at least 4 that they're going to be underdogs in. And if you listen to USC fans, they're making the playoffs this year and competing for the Big
They
Ten.
thought they should have made it last year with 5 losses.
I don't see it. I'm just being honest with you. I don't see it with that schedule. I've got
How
them
can you
at
doubt Lincoln Riley? Jeez.
well, because when's the last time Lincoln Riley was in the playoffs? 4 years ago?
Never got there with
Oklahoma.
Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Anyways, that's who I've got. USC as number 5. Who you got, Cory?
I did not copy DK, but I do have Ohio State number 5. So
Ooh.
See, I know what I'm talking about.
yeah, no, trust me, this doesn't vindicate you at all. This is me talking.
Is it because you play at Purdue?
That's the one game I circled. I had one of Texas, whatever.
Forget
But opening up at Texas with 11 new starters or something like that. I mean, new offensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator. We don't know anything about them just yet. That's a lot tougher than just opening up against Texas, even though it's at home. Hosting Penn State is going to be tough because they got everybody coming back. Thank God it's not at Happy Valley this year. That's the saving grace. I normally I'd say we should beat Michigan, but I can't trust Ryan Day to beat Michigan at the moment. And of course, I think at Washington it's going to be a tougher game than people think.
At Washington or at Illinois? Which tougher?
Illinois is tougher, but I think at Washington it's going to be tough too.
I think the environment at Washington is definitely tougher.
Yeah, we're a better team, but that's just plus you're traveling to the West Coast. It's just tough.
Yeah. They say that home field advantage at Washington has is for real. The just the sound that stadium makes.
Yeah.
Because of how it's designed is unique. And well, Ryan can tell you because they played there back in the 90s. A $5 super chat coming in. Dylan and Cory, I'm disappointed. OSU has Texas, Penn State, cheaters up north, Illinois, Wisconsin, maybe add Rutgers and Washington.
What are you disappointed about?
Yeah, I think he
You just made our case for us.
No,
really.
Sound like my parents.
He's disappointed in Chris and I think he's saying Dylan and Cory, you guys. I'm disappointed in Eric and Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have us at number 5 there, maybe.
I'm going to go with that.
Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Jordan is over on the Josh Pate show, bragging he came in here and dropped an M emoji and was time out. Oh, okay.
It was Jordan.
Yeah.
He was the Michigan fan who dropped an M, and I guess Tyler or Sean booted him out or timed him out already for it.
I didn't know you could do that.
What, time people out?
Is that what you do with me when I get too rowdy in the comments?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, we just ignore it.
Yeah.
It's
All right.
such a joke.
Number 4.
You can't read that small a print, so you ignore it either way.
Number 4, Chris.
Number 4, I think I got Iowa at number 4. This is a team that's got to go to Rutgers. They got to start out week 2 against Iowa State, who's a decent program. They've got Indiana. They got to go to Wisconsin. They got Penn State. Got to play Oregon. and then they've got SC at SC as well. So, and again, you got Nebraska at Nebraska, and who knows? Nebraska is either going to be pretty good or they're going to suck. You know, just
or they're
going
to be pretty good for half the season and suck the second half of the season.
So I got Iowa at 4.
I too have Iowa at number 4. Wild man, look at us. Huh? Couple big brains. I like it.
A little big something anyway. But.
So therefore I second everything Wild's just said.
Number 4 for me, I'm going with Rutgers. They have Iowa.
You love Rutgers.
They're at Minnesota, at Washington. They play Oregon, again, at Purdue. The theme here.
Yeah, how do you only have them at 4? They're brutalized. They were almost brutalized as bad as the 1-1. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about, Chris, but all right. They play Oregon. They're at Illinois, at Ohio State, and Penn State. Let me repeat that. Penn State, Ohio State, Oregon, Illinois, and Iowa on there. That's probably 5 of the top 6 teams in the Big Ten.
And at Purdue.
You're right. Rutgers, tough schedule for me. I got them at number 4.
Once again, I did not copy anybody, but I got Iowa at number 4 as well. So,
did you steal my notes?
I just completely stole them. I just hacked your computer.
I got the legal pad. I'm going old school.
No, I used the computer or the camera on your computer to screenshot it.
I don't blame you. This face is good to look.
I mean, at USC, anytime you go West Coast, tough. Even if USC is not that great, and just Wisconsin, Indiana, Oregon, Penn State, it's a tough schedule.
Number 3 for me. I got to give you a little love here, DK. Number 3 for me is Purdue. They got to play SC. They got to play Notre Dame the next week. You get a bye week before getting Illinois and then going on the road to Minnesota. You got Rutgers. You got Michigan. You got Ohio State, Washington, Indiana. The schedule makers was not nice to Purdue.
Must be an IU grad.
It's just that's a pretty brutal schedule for a team that sucks something awful.
Wow.
That's just mean.
Wow. Well, Wild Man, again, we have the same rankings. I picked Purdue at 3 as well. It's going to be brutal. I got season tickets again. Why? I don't know. I just did. There's no good reason other than
something to do on Saturday.
My 17th year, so I had to at least keep the streak alive of going to Purdue football games. Yeah, that's a lot of losing. That's post Breeze too. Nothing good's happened before. I mean, like the Brom era was fun, but Anyway, I got Purdue at 3. It's going to be another long year to be a Purdue fan. Waiting on basketball season, boys.
Well, make it 3 for 3. I got the Boilermakers at number 3. So I'm not going to rinse and repeat, I guess, for that one. Cory, who you got number 3?
It's a 4. It's a 4 for 4.
4 for 4.
Yeah, I had Purdue number 3, but I read an overview that I thought was funny. Purdue's road to success.
Why do I come on this show?
What does success look like for Purdue in 2020?
2 wins is what success looks like. Anything. A pizza bowl.
All right.
Something.
All right. Let's look at Purdue's schedule here.
No.
Okay. Well, first off, you have Ball State. You've got to win against in-state Ball State, dude.
Even I look at that one and I'm like, well.
If you don't, you may not get a win this season.
I mean, I'll take the win, but not the points,
If we lose to Ball State, I'm not going back to another game for as long as I live.
No, you can't make that
No,
bet,
not
dude.
that for the rest of the year. I'll take the year off.
But you just bought season tickets.
I know that's how smart I am, Bobby.
All right. So you got Ball State. Then you got Southern Illinois. You can win those first 2, brother. You beat Ball State. You've got
They're a type
Southern
of dog,
Illinois.
aren't they? What are they?
What are they? They are
poodles or
the
something?
Saluki.
Saluki.
It's
that's
some
what
kind
it
of
is.
dog. Yeah, it looks like a
What
greyhound.
is a Saluki for crying out loud?
It's like some fast dog.
They deserve to be terrible with that name.
Yeah.
If we lose to the Salukis, I'm gonna pukies.
Hey, Dylan, what are you doing in week 11? That's my question.
That should not have been funny, but it was funny.
Okay. If you go 1-1 in those games,
I'll salump you off a bridge.
you've got to win those two. 'Cause I don't know you're going to win another game after that. Maybe Northwestern.
I wouldn't count on it.
If it's on the lake and it's cold, I don't know.
It is actually a road game.
It is a roadie, yeah.
I kind of want to go there just to experience.
It's at the Northwest Medicine at Martin Stadium in Evanston, Illinois. You're on the lake, buddy.
Jesus.
Yep.
The North Meth Stadium.
Medicine. Northwest Medicine at Martin Stadium.
Jiminy, they couldn't have come up with a harder name. Is that the list of donors that help them put the bleachers up?
All right. Do you think it's possible for Purdue to win a half of a game this season?
That might be their best chance to claim.
Maybe they just added a wins, losses.
We won the first half against the Salukis.
Listen,
moral victory.
Put it down. Purdue's starting 2-0.
Hey,
they're starting 2-0.
Hey, I like the energy.
They're starting 2-0.
Wild man.
They're starting 2-0.
My
prediction is they don't win another game after that.
Barry Odom from UNLV.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure. I know that offhand. Yeah.
Jesus, Nick, Cory, whatever your name is.
Nick, where'd you go? Where you
going?
I don't even know a Nick. You look like a Nick.
Now we have to figure out what a Saluki is. Tyler's asking, what the heck is a Saluki?
It's a dog. It's a type of dog. It's like a fast, speedy dog.
All right,
that's really misnamed on that one.
The Saluki.
Okay, here we go.
I got it. The Saluki is known as the royal dog of Egypt or a Persian greyhound.
Get a new name.
It is an ancient sighthound breed with a history spanning over 5,000 years, known for its speed, endurance, and dignified temperament.
Yeah, Jimmy Fallon made fun of the Boilermaker nickname, but you got
the Boilermaker's cool.
Thank you.
That's actually unique and cool.
Thank you. Like Jimmy Fallon.
The mascot's a creepy looking thing.
Hey,
that's true. Yeah.
Don't you? But listen, here's my argument, and I'll make it quick. Do you want your mascot being like fun and fluffy and non-intimidating, or do you want your mascot to stare into the soul of the opponent like Purdue people?
I don't know.
It's not scary or intimidating. What it kind of reminds me of is Matt Weiss.
He just looks like the guy you didn't invite to the party, and he still came. That's what he looks like.
He was on a soap opera a couple of years ago, and in the soap opera, they have him like looking into the house.
Yeah, that's creepy.
I'm not saying he's not creepy, but I'd rather have a creepy mascot than, I don't know, a Buckeye head guy.
What's the Saluki mascot? That's what I'd like to know.
We just went through that.
I know, but what does it look like? What does their mascot look like?
It's a dog.
Like a dog?
They probably have a real dog if they have one.
Oh, that's poor dog.
Yeah, they probably do.
Like, I mean, dog from 5,000 years. That's their last winning season, right?
So
Wildman had one back then.
All right, so we got okay. A real mascot or a fictitious mascot? What's better?
Wait, Buckeyes are poisonous?
Fictitious.
Yeah, the nut's poison. Yeah.
It's animal abuse when like Georgia brings out that dog. Like, come on.
Or when LSU has that tiger in a cage. Like,
but you know what? When the buffalo runs out, that's cool as hell.
That's cool.
Here's the thing.
Crap, dude.
I'm not like a PETA guy where I'm like free the animal, but like when you have a freaking tiger in a small cage of like a 10x10, like come on. But no, the buffalo is cool. The buffalo, Georgia's bulldog. I hope he doesn't get arrested here soon. Uga, he's really cool. I like Uga.
Tennessee has the dog, right?
The volunteer.
I don't think he volunteers to be there. No, but I think
they don't pay a dog.
Milk bones. I don't know.
Milk bones. Little treats here and there. Bevo's cool. Bevo almost killed Uga. You remember that?
Bevo is cool and delicious at the same time.
Yes, Bevo makes great steak. Yeah.
Bevo about took out Uga.
Oh,
Smokey.
right.
That's its name.
Okay.
It's a blue tick hound. That sounds fake.
I kind of dig the real mascot. I really do. I kind of dig it.
But like Brutus isn't real.
But
he's a real person.
That's what I'm saying. Like a real dog or a real buffalo or whatever. But I will say this. I think the Big Ten has the most creative mascots. You've got
Oh, by far.
a Cornhusker, a Boilermaker, a Hoosier,
Another creepy one though is the
a
Cornhusker.
Buckeye,
Yeah.
right? It's not.
Yes.
Have
Did you
you
just raise
seen?
your hand?
I did. Have you seen? IU's past mascots? They had a buffalo with 2 legs. It was a man in a buffalo head type deal, and he had 2 legs.
That's called a centaur.
Their history of
Oh,
mascots is absolutely diabolical. It's a big word.
I'm pretty sure Indiana and Michigan don't have
They don't.
mascots.
Yeah, because when you suck that bad, no one wants to cheer up.
Anyways, I love the best mascot in all of sports. There's a school here in Ohio where their mascot are the cow punchers.
That's cool.
That's
the
cool.
cow punchers.
The cow punchers.
I saw one high school. I think it was like here, maybe Indiana, where there were the little people, but like the M word, and people are getting real up in arms about it. Could you imagine being like, well, "What are you?" Like, I'm a Spartan. Could they be like, "I'm a little person"? I don't want to say the word. It's very mean.
Yeah.
All I know is the chat's talking about Bevo steak, and I haven't had dinner yet. I'm getting really hungry.
I
You
actually
also
didn't
like
think
put
that.
something on your walls, Cory. Like, don't you know how to do that?
No, I don't.
So it's Mifflin High School.
Except for paint. I know how to put paint on the
I
wall.
was about to say, yeah, I would hope you know how to do that.
The Mifflin High School is the cow punchers, and a cow puncher is another term for cowboy. I did not know that.
I didn't know that. I even own a cowboy hat. I own 2.
All right. Yeah, that's right. Steely Matt. Florida Gators, if they had a live mascot, okay, that would be cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
That would
It'd
be
be
cool.
pretty easy to get one here.
Yeah, that's true.
They walk
go
around
out-
the street.
One of them go out and Steve Irwin that thing.
Crikey!
Crikey, he's a lively one.
While he's holding his kid, like, dude, what are you doing? Come on.
Rest
All
in
right.
peace.
Chris, number
Steve
2.
Irwin.
Oh yeah, I forgot we were doing that.
Oh yeah, we're doing a podcast. Whoops.
Number 2 is where I have Rutgers, Eric. Those guys have a brutal schedule. Can you imagine going through what they do in the first 10 weeks and then having to turn around and face Ohio State and Penn State in your last 2 weeks? That's just mean.
Yeah. I don't know what he did to the Big Ten schedule makers, but whew, that's a rough one. Dylan, number 2.
I was trying to figure out my handwriting. UCLA. Let's see. They got Utah, who's like pretty solid most years. You got Penn State, Ohio State, Michigan State, and then that team in Bloomington. That's is it the hardest? No, but that's a tough one. When you got Michigan State, I don't know much about them, but I feel like they're probably going to be good. Probably not. Ohio State and Penn State in the same year. That's pretty brutal.
Number 2 for me is Northwestern, and that's tricky hard. They start off on the road at Tulane to start their season off. That is not a gimme.
No.
So even though it's like, it's group of 5 or whatever, no, it's at Tulane. Like, first off, why is a Big Ten school going on the road against a group of 5 school?
Because it's Northwestern.
Seriously. Well, true. But at Tulane, they host Oregon, and then they are at Penn State, they are at Nebraska, at USC, and they host Michigan, and all of those are back to back to back to back. And then, by the way, you play your rival at the end of the year at Illinois. Good luck. Northwestern not going bowling. Promise you. I set the over-under there in this season at 4.
I got Rutgers number 2, and I think Chris kind of stated it succinctly there.
Well, that brings us to the top 1.
We all know what the top
and I
one
don't
is.
think there's any question. When you have Alabama, Michigan, Ohio State, Oregon, Indiana, Illinois, all on your schedule, that's tough. I mean, you look at Wisconsin's schedule, Eric. Fick's got an issue here. I mean, he really does. If you look at this team, I mean, conceivably starting that stretch with Michigan, any of these teams are capable of being top 20 teams throughout that period. They literally could finish the season with 8 games versus the top 20. That's a rough run for a team that, I think we'd all hope for more for, given the fact that we do have this affinity for Fickle. But man, I'm starting to think that Fick should have tried to come back and be a coach on this defensive staff, because that's a brutal schedule. And I'm going to say I'm a little irritated at Wisconsin for re-upping him and putting him through this. I mean, that's brutal.
Yeah, I also had Wisconsin, Bama, Michigan, Ohio State, Oregon. That's just brutal. Even if you take away Alabama, that's still a brutal schedule. Hot take, though, they'll beat Michigan.
I hope.
I could see it.
I don't even know what is the LeBron James of quarterbacks. So
Billy Underwear, or whatever Eric calls him, is a freaking joke.
Bruce Underwear.
Bruce Underwear. The guy who hasn't thrown a pass in college, but by God, he's the savior.
God. Get the heart rate down.
$1 million man.
Breathe, buddy.
We got some questions in the chat I want to get to. I got Wisconsin number 1.
Wisconsin number 1, and I think they actually re-upped Fick because it was worse than firing him, making him play that schedule.
You're right. It is.
All right, nice. Let's go through Wisconsin's schedule. Give me a win or loss or 50-50 coin flip. All right, Miami of Ohio at home.
Go Red Hawks. That's a lot.
That's an easy win.
They're in my backyard.
I'll say win on that one.
Okay. Middle Tennessee State at home.
Win.
At Alabama.
Loss.
Home against Maryland.
Win. I'll go win slightly.
I hate Maryland.
Yeah, I'm going to give them the edge because it's at home.
You and me both. Hate towards Maryland. I got them going 3-1. Then they're on a bye week at Michigan. Dylan says, okay.
Big fat.
You know what? I'm going to
they win. Sorry.
I'm going to surprise you. I'm going to agree with Dylan here. I think this is an upset special.
I don't like that you agreed with me, and that makes me want to change my mind.
At the big house?
At the outhouse, yes.
At the outhouse.
All right, I got them at 3-2. You guys got them at 4-1.
No, I'm 3-2. I'm with you, Eric.
Home against Iowa.
I say loss.
Yeah, I'll go loss.
All right.
Yeah, I agree.
Home against Ohio State.
Loss.
Oh, they're going to surprise and win. No, they're going to lose that one. Yeah.
At Dylan, shut up. At Oregon.
Loss.
That's a loss.
Yeah.
Shout out
Home
Dylan
against
Keeneman.
Washington.
We'll go win.
I think that's a win.
Yeah, I'll go win. Yep.
Okay. At Indiana.
Win.
I'm going win.
Big win.
I think it's going to be a win as well.
Big fat win.
I think Indiana pulls a Michigan State this year.
Mm-hmm.
They had that one great.
They're coming back down to earth.
Yeah.
God, I hope. Oh, I'm gonna drink Bloomington tears. Oh.
Illinois at home.
Loss.
Yeah.
All right, so if we've got them beating Indiana, Maryland, Middle Tennessee State, Miami, if you guys think they can pull off a victory against either Michigan, Iowa, or Washington, then this last game means that they would be 6-6. They have to win it to go bowling at Minnesota.
That's a coin toss.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to give it to Minnesota because it's at Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm going.
Hey, you go Gophers.
Yeah, I'm going at Minnesota. Yeah.
So they're going to be under 500. We think they're going to be under 500.
So give them another year.
I think they set the over/under at 5.5 on Wisconsin this year.
That's about right.
That's fair. Yeah.
That's about where it should be.
We should do that. We should predict what the over/unders are going to be.
Did you see this, Eric?
Okay, Bobby, you're no longer allowed to comment.
Whoa, 8-4.
Bobby's just got a lot of faith in Fick.
Yeah.
And if he does,
listen,
if they go
if they go 8-4, is Fickell the coach of the year in the Big Ten? Legit.
with that
Seriously.
schedule, hell yes.
And in our minds, yes, but he won't get it. It'll go to like the Dan Lanning or something.
It'll go to Barry Odom, most likely.
Yeah, probably, because he'll go with
For
2 wins, and that's
simply
pretty
surviving
incredible.
the one win season.
Starting 2-0, man.
It's good being on the show.
All right, Ryan Daysbeard. Where do you guys have Michigan with wins and losses this year? Here we go.
Let's run it.
0-11.
So do we have to be realistic here? We can't just
let's be realistic.
Okay.
New Mexico
Win.
At Oklahoma.
That could be tricky.
Win. I'm calling it win.
I think they win that.
Oklahoma stinks.
Yeah, I agree.
Central Michigan. My only question here.
Is Connor on the sidelines?
Is Connor on the sidelines or not?
Win.
I thought I had my sunglasses.
At Nebraska.
Which Nebraska are we getting?
Yeah.
It is early in the year.
It is.
I'm going to go surprise L on that one.
Okay, 3-1.
I agree with Cory.
Home against Wisconsin. I think they win.
I think they win. Yeah.
Well, I got to say they lose because Dylan and I chose that one in the last one.
Got to be consistent. Yep.
Got to be consistent.
Can't play both ways.
At USC.
Win.
I'm going loss.
Ooh.
Okay.
Anytime you travel to the West Coast, you can't. You just can't guarantee anything.
Washington. Excuse me. Washington at home.
Win.
At Sparty.
Win.
Who said loss?
And I'm teetering on it.
What?
But I'm gonna say win.
Wildman and I are agreeing way too much.
Here we go.
Sparty has a way of sneaking up on him.
Home against Purdue.
Loss.
That's a win.
Big ol' loss.
The next two are wins, even though they're on the road. At Northwestern, at Maryland.
Maryland could be tricky, but I think they'll beat them.
It is right before Ohio State, too. So it is kind of a trap game. But I think they win it. And then home against Ohio State.
I'm going to go win, but I don't believe in Ryan Day just yet on that one. So
you're going to go win for Michigan?
Ohio State. Sorry.
Oh,
sorry.
okay. So
that was a good call there. I didn't really specify.
Yeah. So it looks like if I kind of counted up what you guys are all saying, you think Michigan is 10-2.
I had more losses on that.
No, you didn't. You had a loss to USC.
Yeah.
A loss to Ohio State.
Yeah, I know they had another one in there.
I got them at 3.
You counted.
Nebraska. I said Nebraska too.
Oh, you said they would lose to Nebraska? Okay.
Yeah.
9-3.
I got Wisconsin, Nebraska, and Ohio State.
Okay, so I'm going to set the over/under for win totals for them at 9.5.
Fair.
I think that's where Vegas is going to get you. 9.5, because they're going to get some people who are going to hate vote and say under, and some are going to, the Michigan fans are all going to say over. That's kind of where I think that's going to be. So, Steely thinks that both Oklahoma and Nebraska can beat them.
Gosh, Oklahoma's got to prove something offensively.
Ryan Day's championship beard. Remember, they are starting a freshman at quarterback this year that's never faced Big Ten defenses. This is true.
But he is really good. I mean, legitimately talented. He's a legitimately talented player.
I think he's going to use his legs a lot.
Yeah, he's going to have a one read use his leg. Yeah, 100%.
Lee says, I'm pretty excited going into this year. It's always such a mystery with a new starting quarterback. It is. Steely says, talking about Michigan, they aren't as good last year on defense. So the fact it's at home, I give us the edge. I agree.
Yeah.
Who are we talking about here? No, I'm serious. That confused me a little bit.
Yeah, because we're not at home.
Yeah, who's at home here? Michigan's at home.
We play at Michigan.
Is Steely Steely's a closet Michigan fan. I knew it.
No, trust me, he is not.
I freaking knew it.
Trust me.
He was way too big on Ohio State for me to believe it. No.
No way. Oh, shoot.
He's talking Texas.
Oh, okay. Now I
Okay. Yep.
And I actually think we beat Texas too, because let me tell you, they lost as much, if not more, than we did.
I think it'll be a close game, but I think we win. Yeah.
Steely says 9-3 or 8-4. I think that's what he is calling for Michigan. Bobby Mack saying 6-6 for the Scum.
Wow.
I like
8-4 for
prediction.
Wisconsin, but 6-6 Michigan. You know what, Bobby? I will give you a super chat if that pans out.
Lisa says, I predict we get into the playoffs, and they don't. I like that.
Works for me.
I think that's a pretty good prediction, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shoot.
Hey, Purdue over under. Let's go, Eric. Come on.
Okay, it's Purdue. They're gonna put it. They're gonna set it at 2.5.
Half.
They're gonna set it at 2.5.
1.5. Okay.
No, just half.
They'll set it at 2.5.
DK's like, why am I
They'll
here?
set
Why
it
am
at
I
half,
here?
and Purdue will fall short.
They'll set it at 2.5, and Purdue's gonna get 3 wins this year.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah!
Get the parade
High five,
going,
Dylan.
baby.
High
I'll
five.
get the parade going.
You know, when we do that
wins.
show, there's no way I'm taking the over on that, right?
I know. Maybe I could see it, dude. This coach they got's no joke, dude. He's good.
Listen,
Even OV coach, yeah, he's good.
Yeah, but Purdue
He's good.
eats souls, man. Come on.
Hey, Jeff Brom, Danny Hope,
Who?
Joe Tiller.
Tiller was
Tiller
good,
is good.
Tiller was a great coach. Oh, he's gonna pull out some.
At home,
Tiller.
he was good.
This is the Tiller Chiller.
That's awesome.
Okay,
It's
I'll give you that.
a
That's good.
gigantic jug that you can get refilled. I don't know anymore, but yeah, Joe Tiller got his stats, got his wonderful face and his mustache. The Tiller Chiller, baby. It's only $50 at the game.
Only.
Boiler out, baby.
Chris and I keep going over, pushing each other's buttons. Purdue, over under is 4, but I like their new coach.
Thank you.
I like their
I
old
like
coach.
their old coach, though, too.
Shut up.
Hey, Chris, you want to
He's
answer this
he
one?
stayed in the Big Ten. He's in Washington.
What's that?
I wonder who will be the Cheaters' new coach after the NCAA boots Sharon.
Tony Alford.
Wink. It's going to be Wink.
John Gruden.
Wink?
What's his name? The defense coordinator.
Wink Martindale?
Wink
Steve
Martindale.
I want to dress like him when I'm that age. Just sleeveless hoodie, but like the tight shirt on, like the Oakleys.
Why wait, Dylan? Let's just
fun fact,
let's rock it now.
our defensive coordinator this year has a mullet, goes backwards visor, and like the sharp Oakleys. And he
You're
has a
guaranteed
Fu
4
Manchu.
wins. You're guaranteed 4 wins with that. Come
And
on.
I tweeted that like we're back, like Purdue football's back, and he retweeted it, and I was like, hell yeah, brother! And I was like, yeah, we're so back. Give me sideline seats.
Did
Don't
Joe-
give me. I don't
Joe
want them to give me.
Tiller ever win a national championship? No, but winning at Purdue
It's tough.
consistently
was
is
tough.
And we
is
did it,
like
baby.
winning a national championship.
Hey, I mean that was a backhanded compliment, but I'll take
He
it.
took Ohio State to the woodshed a couple times.
Yeah, he
He
did.
did.
I in fact, if I'm not mistaken, Joe Tiller actually had the most success against Jim
Yes.
Tressel than any Big Ten coach did.
Do you know another fun fact that the last game for each of the last Ohio State coaches that already left or got fired lost at Purdue? Their last away game, I think it was a loss to Purdue.
That would be Tressel and Urban.
Mm-hmm.
What about Luke Fickle?
Yeah, we beat Fick. Won that 09?
It
11.
was 11.
11.
11, yeah, I think we won in 11. It was 09, 11, 18.
Look it up, somebody.
The
Fine.
research department.
2011 Ohio State. I can't
I got
remember
it.
that, but if
I'm
that's true, that is crazy sick.
Because I'm pretty
That.
sure 11. 11.
So if Ryan Day loses this year, we
So that, no, wait, hold on. No, because 11 was the Robert Marv 1-yard touchdown for the win. If my memory
Chris
serves
is
me
looking it
correct.
up.
Bobby Mack was at that
Okay,
debacle.
Purdue has beaten Ohio State in 1960, 88, 97, 2000, 02, 04, 07, 11, and 18.
11.
11. Bam!
Boom! CTE ain't got nothing on me, dog.
However, that makes your statement slightly flawed
What do you mean?
because Tressel was not fired in 07.
No, he's saying the last year.
Yes.
So in
09. We won in 09, didn't we?
09. What about a 10?
No.
Yeah, we won in
07,
09.
1960, 1988, 97, 2000, 2002, 2004, 2007, 2011, and 2018.
Well, because we beat Terrell Pryor. Ryan Kerrigan had like a career game on Terrell Pryor. That had to be 09.
I'm looking it up.
Had to be.
Well, I'm double checking, but
I'm Ryan Day's championship year. I'm glad.
Yeah, he did. They did win 09, but
Hey!
wait, I'm not seeing 11 here. That's the thing.
maybe the other side had it incorrect.
Yeah, Danny Hope. Yes, that was a real coach's name.
Danny Hope.
26-23, 26-23 in 2011. It was
Shout out to Danny Hope.
09 was 26-18. However, 2010 we did win 49-0. It just got vacated.
Yeah.
So
that's a win for Purdue.
Technically, you are correct.
Yeah, you know what? Michigan fans, learn how that feels.
Shouldn't have gotten those tattoos. Yeah, but like yours was kind of dumb. Like, was it rings for tattoos?
I got a great description for one of these. 2004, not an upset. Purdue was actually good that year.
Who put that? Who wrote that?
Something I'm reading.
Hell yeah. I think
yes, Dennis.
Holy Buckeye.
My all-time favorite Buckeye moment is Holy Buckeye. No joke.
I have my 2018 ticket front and center. Can you see it? Look at that.
Do you have your ticket stub from 2 years ago, Dylan?
No, I shredded that one.
That was
I
I enjoyed that game.
Shamrock Series 1. That was fun. We lost that, but that was a fun game. Jared Sindelar. What a name.
We had a good time tonight, man. Dylan, tell everybody where they can find you if you do podcast.
Yeah, we will. So I'm on Twitter. I recently had to change my Twitter name because I realized my students could quickly find my Twitter and can't have that. So it's at BXPDK. Because I was like sitting in the classroom one day and I Googled my name and it was the first thing that came up and I'm like, oh, I cannot have that happen. So I had to change it. It's now at BXPDK on the X streets, whatever you want to call it. I still call it Twitter. You can find the podcast account, Boiler Express Podcast. Look it up. We're everywhere and anywhere. And so, yeah, we're pretty good. Tyler Chrisley. What's that? Kersley. Yeah. I have one from our banner on the moon. So
Ballroom
dancing. Tyler, do you guys have a ballroom dancing championship?
No.
Exactly.
Nor would we want one.
No, you would.
Exactly.
You would. I'm gonna make a shirt. I'm actually, when I get off here, I'm gonna get on Canva and I'm gonna make a ballroom dancing banner.
Did you see that super chat, Eric? I like it.
$5 super chat. Cory, here's the bet. We each pick wins for all Big Ten schools. Loser donates $100 to 2nd and 7. Ooh.
I'm okay.
I think we could all go in on that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to understand the actual. Okay, for every team.
Yeah. So let's do this.
How do you pick a winner and loser? We're not going to get them all right.
No, let's do this. Let's do
Speak
this
for yourself.
Let's go for 2nd and 7. For 2nd and 7.
Yep.
All right. Let's do this. Let's and anybody can jump in on it and we'll collect the money, right? And it'll be kind of like a 50-50 raffle. So half the money will go to the winner. The other half will go to 2nd and 7, right? And we'll determine what the price of it will be. And we'll do bets for over-unders. And we'll do a point system. And whoever gets the most points will win. How about that? Kind of fun. I'll work on it and tweak it. But we'll take when they release the over-unders for the Big Ten, we'll take bets. As a podcast, we'll take donations. And we'll put it in a pot. and the winner will win the 50-50, and then the other portion will go to second 7. Is that fair to everybody?
And then
Sounds
you're a
good.
real jerk if you don't donate your half to second and 7.
Oh, then I guess I'm not donating my half to the second and 7.
Well, I mean, but it depends if he wins. If you want to win and you want to collect it,
I'm a
you'd be
real
like,
jerk, and I'll probably still donate my half to second 7.
Speaking of
I'm
second and
down.
7,
Let's do it.
and I think I'm going to come to the spring game.
All
Saturday,
right.
this Saturday.
I've never
I
been more
think
happy.
I'm
to be in
gonna
Florida.
try my hardest. Is there tickets? Do you have to buy tickets somewhere? Or is it
Yep,
free or what?
it's $15.
Oh, that's not bad. I can
No.
bring that out of the Boiler
Actually, I
Express budget.
saw that there are Jen and Mitt for $8. It's $15 for the reserve.
Oh, is that what
seating.
it is? It's only 8?
I believe so.
Okay.
You guys go in reserve with your big money?
No, I'll just go Jen.
Hmm.
Because I want to go up to D-Deck so I can see everything.
Hmm.
That's how I
And they
roll.
should have it open this year, Eric, because
They
my God,
should,
I'm going
yeah.
to guarantee you that stadium's going to be full.
No, you know what? I may go there. I may go.
What's the weather look like Saturday? Have you looked at
Probably
It was
flooding.
53 with no rain.
What is it?
I think it was 53 and no rain
Oh,
last
that's
I
not
looked.
bad.
Dude, Cincinnati down in my neck of the woods may float away.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Paul Brown Stadium in Great American may be underwater before we know.
No
it.
big loss.
Wow. Cincinnati's a great city.
You need to
Like-
stop.
if I'm talking-
you Cleveland snob.
Cleveland is a dump.
I
It's a
should
mistake
apologize.
by the lake. Sam White said.
I don't hate the Reds.
Thank you. I would go like Columbus, Cincinnati, anything else, Cleveland. Columbus is nice. I frequent Columbus. I like Columbus. It's your land.
Oh, I can't wait for that one, Steely. Burke's calling in, gonna call in Thursday, talk to me. Hey, listen, I don't know what his argument's gonna be, like
He has no argument. He tried, he
the-
failed.
what's the argument gonna be? Like, why are you ganging up on us?
Oh, I wanted to shout out Billy Bob and send him my best after losing Mama Bob. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
No, I love it. Billy Bob's genuinely one of my favorite humans on this earth. Shout out to you, dude. I love you,
Yeah.
Billy Bob. I gotta send you a message. I
Yeah.
gotta text you.
He's in fact, Billy Bob celebrating 1 year as a member of the OHL podcast.
Hell yeah.
And he lost his mother a couple weeks ago. So
Oh man.
yeah, thoughts to Billy Bob.
He looks better than I do, and he is 3 times my age. He has more hair than I do, and I'm 28.
You know why that is? Very seriously, Dylan. You know why that is?
Why?
You know why I look like this and you look like that? Because we work in education.
But I've only been doing it a year.
It don't take
So then
long.
you're staring into your future there.
See,
It
and then
happened fast.
my third graders finally realized I
4
was going
years right
bald.
here.
These kids finally realized, because I'm taller than them, obviously. But I was sitting down doing a group project, like with a group of kids. I take them out in the hallway and do it. And one kid was like, "Mr. Kuhn," and I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And she's like, "You're bald," and I'm like, "Yep, that happens." So now the kids think it's really funny when they drop bald jokes. But I said, just wait in 20 years, I'll see you somewhere and be like, remember?
Hey, look, you just popped in the chat. Jar Happiness, man. I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you.
Hey, DK, I think you inspired me to record a show of the 5 most embarrassing losses to Purdue by Ohio State. I think I want to record that now.
Dude, do it, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I be there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Oh,
We'll set
it's
it up.
going down. Dylan and Cory. I love it. Some Buckeye therapy where Dylan's going to give it to the therapist.
I need so much therapy. Lord.
Well, I have a pretend therapist on YouTube, so.
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
You got your doctorate, Dr. Thompson. Very good.
Yes,
Dr. Thompson.
yes. I got my fake
man.
doctorate.
Dude, Jar Happiness, getting my boy ready for college. Good, congratulations, brother.
Where's he going?
Yeah, where's he going? Yeah.
If he says Purdue, I'm going to be so happy.
He won't
Hey.
say Purdue.
They won't say Purdue.
Everybody, thank you so much for being here. It's been awesome. Dylan, thanks for coming in, buddy. Appreciate you so
No
much.
problem. I love this place, man. It's fun to be here, and I love the listeners. They're all good people, and they're great.
Don't forget tomorrow night's call-in show with Chris, 8 o'clock Eastern right here on this channel. Don't miss it. Thursday night, we'll have the call-in show. I will be back Thursday night. And then don't forget, this Saturday, we've got our tailgate, so you're going to want to definitely be there for that if you're going
Special guest.
Yeah, maybe Dylan swinging by. We'll
One
have
of the special guests.
That's right. We'll have Ryan. We'll have maybe Tommy. I'm assuming Tommy's going to be there, man.
Did you say Wargo's going to be there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mike
Mike's
Wargo.
I gotta meet Wargo. I
Yep.
gotta meet Wargo. And
You
Bucknut,
think having these
the
two in
big
the
nut.
same room is a good idea?
What's
Same
that, Chris?
area.
Yeah, me and Wargo. It's gonna be a party.
Could be
Oh,
wild.
I'm an honorary Buckeye. Thank you.
Nice. Steely calling you an honorary Buckeye. Love it, man.
And
So don't
Steely's
miss
an honorary
that.
Michigan Wolverine. So.
No, you're going to make him mad.
I don't
Thursday-
believe that, Steely.
Thursday night's college show. When we reconvene next Sunday, we'll be talking about the spring game. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then I go to Chicago for a week. So that's kind of the plan
Ooh.
for what's going on, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Be kind to one another. I owe someone's OH. Sing Carmen Ohio with all your heart. Till next time, you
Boiler
all
up.
know what to do. Here we go, Dylan. OH!
Boiler up. Oh,
Hi-oh.
Hi-oh!
Go Bucks.
choo choo.